Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Game 2 of today's doubleheader, Game 4 on the whole of the series of Waldorf versus York College. Julio Angulo on the mound for Game 2 here. Julio, with 5 wins on the season, 2 losses, got a 5.59 ERA and 38 and 2/3 innings pitched. 17 strikeouts in that time, but Coach Wolf has a lot of confidence in Julio to be able to pull through here. And the Panthers have just been dominating. They haven't scored less than 7 runs in either of the 3 games they've played against Waldorf so far. So expect to see some more offense from the Panthers here. Defensive outlook for York College. Behind the plate, Garrett Anktil. Over at first, we got Jose Bueno. Second base is Pepe Marquez. Shortstop, Anthony Enriquez. And third, Mike Johnson. And in the outfield from left to right, we got Rudy Perez, Ivan Perez, and Jordan Pella getting his start back in the outfield. So here we go, top of the first. First pitch to Tedesco from Angulo is going to be low for a ball 1. Wind continuing to pick up at Levitt Stadium here later in the day. We expected it to die down a bit, but it has not. Next pitch, going just a bit outside, ball 2. Angulo a righty, facing Tedesco a righty. Pitch 3, low and outside. First 3 pitches have all been balls here. Look for Angulo to collect himself. Julio gets a sign from Anktil. Winds up and delivers. It's going to hit the corner of the strike zone there for strike 1. Next pitch is hit out to center field. Ivan Perez goes back, and he's underneath it. That'll be out number 1. Next up for the Warriors, we got Derek Bright. Angulo winds up and delivers the pitch. Low, ball 1. Bright hits one fouled on the right field line there. 1-1 the count now. Bright steps back into the box. Angulo winds up and delivers. Pitch down the middle, fly ball out to left field. Rudy Perez gets underneath it. That'll be out number 2. Wind picking up all these balls here, making some easy outs for the Panthers. We got Kendrick White stepping up to the plate now. He's going to try to capitalize on this win and hope the ball lifts his hits over the fence, as he did have a bomb in the first game. Pitch swung on and fouled back, strike 1. Angulo delivers another pitch in the dirt. 1-1 now. Julio struggling a bit with his control early in the game. Nothing to be too alarmed about, especially if the Panthers offense does what they've been doing all weekend. And there was a nice pitch down the pike, delivered from Angulo. 1-2 now the count. Julio looking to end this top of the first here. With just 3 batters. The pitch in the dirt, ball 2. Things getting very windy out here in Levitt. Those York blue, white, and black camo jerseys blowing in the wind. Angulo delivers a pitch. White lays off it. It's a high one. The count's going to be full now. Angulo winds up, delivers. And that one's going to be low and in the strike zone. White thought he had the walk, but he did not. And he goes down looking. And that'll be 3 up, 3 down for Julio Angulo. And we headed to the bottom of the first with the typical Panthers top of the lineup as it has been all weekend. Rudy Perez, Anthony Enriquez, Ivan Perez. Stay tuned for more Panthers baseball when we come back. And we're back here, bottom of the first. Rudy Perez up. Looks at his first pitch for a strike. On the mound for the Waldorf Warriors, Lucas McKeon, 2-2 on the season with a 5.16 ERA. Rudy takes pitch number 2 for a ball. 1-1 the count now. Rudy was able to start off the first game today with a nice single. He'd like to get on base again here. And we got Beziev already talking to McKeon. Slowing things down a bit. And Panthers would love nothing more than to take this final game and make it a complete sweep here on the weekend of Waldorf. McKeon delivers a pitch which is fouled off by Rudy. 1-2 the count now. McKeon in 22 2/3 innings pitched has thrown 21 strikeouts. So a decently consistent hitter. And there's one right there, a low pitch that Rudy turned away from, going to be called a strike, and he'll go down looking. And now we got Anthony Enriquez. The Ant stepping up to the plate. 1 out, nobody on here in the bottom of the first. McKeon, a righty pitcher, facing Ant, the lefty. First pitch, high, ball 1. McKeon winds up and delivers. Foul ball down the left field side there. And looks at a 1-1 count. Next pitch to Enriquez. He swings, a grounder, bounces off the mound in between short and second base, and he'll get on for a single. And Enriquez becomes the first base runner for the Panthers here. Now up we got center fielder Ivan Perez. Ivan Perez, another one of the transfers here. McKeon tried to pick off Enriquez. He throws over to first, and it gets past the first baseman. There's an error there. It's an error on the pitcher, McKeon. He tries to just quickly get Enriquez. As he got that lefty, would try to get a quick pickoff move, and it goes behind the first baseman. And Ant advances from first all the way to third. And so not in good shape here are the Warriors with Ivan Perez up with a clean count, only 1 out. And a speedy Anthony Enriquez over on third. First pitch to Ivan Perez going to be high, ball 1. McKeon delivers. Another high pitch. Ball 2. The count now to Ivan. He swings, fouls that one back. 2-1 now. And 1 out here, and Ivan Perez would like to get the first run of the game and start off hot for the Panthers here. Drive in Enriquez over on third. The pitch. He swings. That's a high one out to the foul ground over in third base territory. He can't turn on it. He just read that ball completely wrong. And the shortstop didn't go over and get it, so that's going to be a foul ball there. Count is 2-2. And McKeon taking his time. Not rushing too much here, not getting back into his stances quickly. Getting his signs from Beziev. He delivers. And that one's going to stay high. Perez looks at that one for a ball 3. Full count now. And if Ivan can take another ball here, we'll see runners on the corners and 1 out for Jose Bueno. Next pitch is swung on and hit foul behind the catcher. Out of reach, count remains full. McKeon delivers. Ivan swings at this one. It's going to go to shallow right field. Can he get to it? No. That's going to drop. Enriquez is going to score. And Perez will get himself a nice RBI single to start off the game. Panthers take a 1-0 lead early. And now with 1 out, we've got Ivan Perez on first and Jose Bueno up at bat. Bueno trying to capitalize on this righty-lefty matchup here. First pitch. Outside for a ball. Bueno lays off that one, and that's some good patience exercise by Bueno. That seemed like it was going to be right in his wheelhouse there. Stretch a little bit and hit that out to left field. But he wants something he could turn on. That one he does. The pitch out to shallow center. That's going to drop. Perez making his way over to third. He slides. He'll be safe. Bueno with a nice single. And things are starting to look like a rally here as the fans at Levitt Stadium are getting excited. And we've got runners on the corners, one out for catcher Garrett Anktil. Anktil struggled in game one. He seems to be a bit tired, a lot of wear and tear behind home plate there. Bezayev comes out, gives the call to his field. They like Anktil to get a ground ball here, try to get him to ground into a double play. Get Bueno out at second. And prevent him from scoring there. McKeon steps off the bag as Ivan Perez puts on like he's got a hit and run going. With some pitter patter over there on third base. Try to get inside McKeon's head. Next hit is a fly ball that just drops foul. And the wind got a hold of that one and pushed it out. Could have been just a little bloop right in front of the right fielder. But unfortunately, that's going to be strike number one to Anktil. 0-1, one out. Runners on the corners here in the bottom of the first. Panthers with a 1-0 lead right away. McKeon throws. Anktil turns on that one and swings, and it's popped up over by the catcher. Behind home plate, catcher's going to get there. And that'll be out number two here in the bottom of the first. And now batting, we have designated hitter Josh Bergner, who has really been connecting with the ball this weekend, especially in game one. His problem is he's been getting out when running the bases. He got out sliding to third once, and then right after got out sliding to second. So he's trying to get some extra bases on these hits that he's getting. And now we just need him to get on to first and to move Perez in and get ourselves a 2-run lead. McKeon gets a sign from Bezayev. Delivers. That's going to be low, ball one. Bergner facing a 1-0 count here. Takes pitch two, low and inside for a strike. Bergner swing and a miss at the next pitch. Bergner now with a 1-2 count here. Does not want to strike out, but clearly wants to get a piece of something. And that pitch in the dirt, he swings and down he goes. Out number 3 here, but Panthers get 1 run on 3 hits and 1 error. And the score will be York College 1, Warriors 0. Leading off now, we got cleanup hitter for the Warriors. Designated hitter, Dylan Schultz. Schultz able to do a little bit there in the first game, but obviously not enough. Angulo delivers the pitch. Schultz swings and hits that one foul. Pitch 2 to Schultz is going to be outside for a ball. 1-1 now. Angulo winds up, delivers, Schultz swings and hits that one foul again. These balls keep getting chopped down the left field line there. And down he goes. Schultz looks at that one for a strikeout. And Julio with 2 Ks already on the game. And the catcher, Dylan Beziev, is up now. Looks at that first pitch for a strike 1. Beziev hits this one into foul territory in right field. Pella unable to get to it. So that'll be strike 2. Beziev struggled in game 1 here on this nice Saturday out in York, Nebraska, as John Meade shut him down. Julio steps off the bag there. Looking at an 0-2 count on Beziev here. 1 out in the top of the second, nobody on. The pitch swung on, grounder to second base. Marquez fields it, throws it over to Bueno at first, and he'll be out. Looked like that ball almost may have hit Julio's foot or something. I think he may have gotten out of the way of it, but now the Warriors have Alexander at the plate, nobody on and 2 outs. Julio getting some efficient outs here, though the ball doesn't seem to be in the strike zone all that much. Another one low. Another pitch going to go behind the catcher there for a ball. 2-0 to Alexander. Angulo delivers. Alexander looks at another one. A bit high, I guess, for ball 3. Alexander's a taller guy there. You'd think that one would be in the zone, but apparently not. Julio getting no love from the pitchers there. Julio winds up and delivers. Now going to be right down the middle for a strike. The pitch, Alexander, big swing and a miss, and now the count is full. Alexander started off way ahead with a 3-0, trying to be the first base runner here for the Warriors, but will not be if Julio can strike him out. That pitch low and will be called a ball. And this umpire's strike zone in game 2 is a bit varied. But we got 1 base runner on, 2 outs for Kellen Mick. First pitch to Mick, low, ball 1. Mick rips this one. A hard drive over Johnson's head at third, and that's going to go out to left field. Rudy can't get to it. It's going to go back by the fence. It looks like runners are going to have to be safe here. Excuse me, we had I think it's ruled as a ground rule double, but they're going to score Alexander from first. And Wolf asking on what the situation was. And if Alexander was far enough past second when the ground rule double was called, I guess he gets to advance to the other one, but I would have expected him not to and just have to stay at third, but it looks like that's going to be the first run for the Warriors here on a ground rule double by Mick. So a little bit of 2-out life. No. The initial call was wrong. It is a ground rule double, but Alexander will only advance from first to third. And the Waldorf coach seems to have an issue with it now. A lot of discussion going on the field here. But it was a well-hit ball by Mick that Johnson had a good dive for, but unfortunately was unable to grab it. Now the home plate umpire is having to explain the decision to the third base coach for Waldorf. And clearly there's some issue here, is Waldorf not really wanting to let this go. And it will be runners on first and second. No run scores. 2 outs. Second and third, excuse me. And Ryan Villarreal steps up. And I expect that Waldorf really wanted that run to tie this game up here. And first pitch to Villarreal is up and in. And he's got to get out of the way of that one, ball 1. I'm sure that was just a slip on Julio's part. Julio delivers another high pitch. Ball 2. Villarreal is a big ground ball hitter. So if you can just trust your infield here and get someone like Enriquez or Johnson to field this and throw it over to Bueno, you should have no problem getting out of this inning. But you got to throw something in the strike zone. Angulo trying to make Villarreal chase. The pitch. Swung on and he pops this one up. And that's going to go deep out to center field. Perez is back. It's going to bounce right in front of the wall. 1 run will score. 2 runs will score. And the 150 hitter Villarreal puts up a 2 RBI double. And Waldorf takes the lead for the first time in 4 games this weekend. Angulo not going to be happy about that one. I'll have to apologize. I had to jinx him. I thought he was going to hit that ball on the ground, but he did not. He ripped that one, and that almost was gone. Had the wind not knocked it down, Perez tried his best to get there, but he couldn't get there in time to catch it. Eric Malo up now, sees his first pitch in the dirt, ball 1. Eric swings, ground over to Johnson. Johnson throws over to Bueno at first. Bueno keeps his foot on the bag, and that'll be out number 3. And the Warriors end of this top of the second, but not without getting 2 runs and 2 hits. No errors by the Panthers, but now it is Waldorf 2, York College 1. So stay tuned for the bottom of the second on York College's answer back to those 2 runs by Waldorf. We'll be right back. Welcome back, Panthers, to third baseman Mike Johnson leading off here at the bottom of the second. York College down by 1. And hopefully they'll be able to get that run back here. First pitch to Johnson, low, ball 1. McKeon winds up, delivers pitch number 2, also in the dirt. Johnson taking his time. Johnson ready. Pitch 3, low. And Johnson takes his first 3 pitches, 3 balls here. Looking to draw himself a walk and get on base. Pitch number 4, gonna be a strike. Johnson has yet to swing. Looking at a 3-1 count. I anticipate Johnson will swing at this one, and he does. He hits that one deep out to center field, and that is a home run for Mike Johnson. Mike Johnson just tied this game up. Panthers 2, Warriors 2. What a shot by Mike. Just a fantastic hit by Johnson. That one was gone and deep, deep left center field. And now Jordan Pella steps up. Takes the first pitch, ball 1. Pella getting the opportunity to start game 2 here. It was Goody, but Pella came in halfway through. Pella shows bunt, pulls it back. Very unsuspected. We're looking at a 2-1 now for Pella. Umpire dusting things off a bit. Looks like he has some words for Jordan. Not sure what they were. The pitch, Pella swing and a miss. At a high fast one from McKeon. Pella hits this one foul. 2-2 the count. Pella looks at the ball in the dirt there. Count is now full. Pella had some trouble striking out yesterday. Gonna try to avoid that here. He gets a piece of one, fouls it off. Pella looks at the next pitch, takes it for a walk, and looks like Waldorf disagrees with that one, but we got Pella on base, and Pepe Marquez up at bat. Pepe got a couple nice little hits there in game one, getting himself an RBI. See if he can move Pella over with no outs here, bottom of the second. Panthers looking to take a lead because they just tied 2-2. Pepe swings a chopper. It was a hit and run. Pella's able to make his way from first over to third. There's no play. Pella will be safe at third. Pepe Marquez safe at first. And a nice hit. Pella took off, and Pepe just saw a pitch that he could knock down, and that got past the shortstop there, went into the outfield. And so we got runners on the corners for the top of the order. Leadoff hitter, Rudy Perez. Perez leads the team in RBIs, which is an impressive feat from somebody who hits so high up, someone who hits leadoff in the order. You don't expect them necessarily to always be the RBI leader for the whole team, but Rudy Perez is. That may have something to do with him leading the team in home runs as well. A lot of opportunity here for Rudy, raw power Perez. Nobody out, runners on the corners. Bottom of the second, Panthers looking to take a lead. Big, high, fast one over Rudy's head, going to be for a ball one. Rudy likes the high, fast pitches, but that was just a little bit high. Another high, fast one. And that one was a little bit closer to Rudy's face than the last. I don't know if McKeon's trying to brush him back or what he's doing, but Perez hits this one. Deep right center field. Center fielder's going to get underneath it, though. Pella going to try to tag up, and he will. He'll score from third. Another run for the Panthers, and the lead is now 3-2. Anthony Enriquez steps up to the plate now. 1 for 1 with a single on the day so far. Marquez still over at first, 1 out. First pitch out high, ball 1. Marquez does not go. He'll stay over at first. Another pitch, high and outside. Beziev, catcher for Waldorf, seems ready to try to get Marquez out on the base paths, but Marquez keeping a safe distance on first. To Enriquez. The pitch. Hitting the outside corner for a strike. Next pitch high inside. Enriquez swings at that one and fouls it off to the left field side. 2-2 now. And didn't look too happy about his choice to swing at that one. But he's one of the better players at shaking things off and getting back to it. Such an athletic guy. He's makes some mistakes in the field, especially later in games, but he's always good at shaking off errors and still being able to make the efficient throw right after. Next hit, grounder, just foul on third base line. Pepe's a quick guy, but you know, he did have that knee surgery last year, so don't expect him to go too far, too fast. Marquez going to take it probably one base at a time here if Enriquez can move him over. McKeon throws back over to first. Pepe slides in safely. Enriquez hits that one. That goes past the shortstop. And Marquez will move over to second. That's the second single of the day for Ant. And so one out. Runners on first and second. We got center fielder Ivan Perez stepping up now. Perez got the first RBI of the game here in the first inning with a single. Let's see if he can get another one here in the third and extend this Panther lead. First pitch drops right over the top of the plate for a strike. Ivan Perez with an 0-1 count here. Takes the second pitch, swings at that one. It's going to go into foul territory over by the first base side. Nobody can get to it. 0-2 now. Perez hits that one over the third baseman's head. It's going to go to the left fielder. Marquez will stay over at third. Everybody will be safe. And a nice hit from Ivan loads the bases for Jose Bueno. Bueno 1-for-1 with a single. Jumped onto that rally in the first inning. Let's see if he can jump on here. Only one out with the bases loaded. Bit of a conference on the mound with the catcher, Beziev, the pitcher, McKeon, and the Waldorf head coach here. Give McKeon a little bit of strategy and confidence to get out of this inning. Only being scathed by 2 runs. But Bueno has something different in mind. Bueno gets his first pitch in the dirt. Ball 1. McKeon winds up, delivers pitch number 2. Bueno rips that down the center between second and short. 1 run will score. Enriquez is going to make his way over to score. And Perez is going to move from first all the way to third. Bueno, with a 2 RBI single, moves Ivan Perez to third and puts 2 more up on the board. Panthers now 5-2, extending their lead. And Garrett Ankdill walks into a runners on the corners, 1-out situation here in the bottom of the second. And Waldorf has some action in the bullpen already. Looks like Gilbertson. The first pitch to Anktil is going to be up and almost hits Anktil in the head. He just slightly ducks out of that one. And I don't think he liked that pitch at all. Takes his time stepping back into the box here. 1-0 count to Anktil. Next pitch, very low. Anktil swings at that one. That ball was in the dirt. I think Anktil just thought if it's not on my head, maybe I'll swing at it. Try to at least move Ivan in and get another run. One count now, 1 out. Runners on the corners here in the bottom of the first. Panthers have already scored 4 runs, looking to score more. And Ivan Perez hits this one. It's deep. Is it going to stay fair? It does not. It's going to go foul. Just a bit shy of the fence. Perez turned well on that ball there. 1-2 now the count. Anktil, excuse me. The pitch. Anktil looks at that one. That's going to be low in the dirt outside. And Bezayev able to catch that, but takes his time getting it back over to McKeon. Let McKeon breathe a bit. Anktil gets another shot. He hits it. That's going to be shallow left. Third baseman runs out to get it, but left fielder's going to get underneath it. And Ivan Perez tries to tag. Play at the plate is not there. He'll slide in safely. Another run for the Panthers. That's the 5th of this inning, the 6th so far in the game. And a nice sac fly from Anktil. Brings up designated hitter Josh Bergner with Bueno on first and 2 outs. And Panthers now have a 1-run lead. 6-run lead, excuse me. Bergner up now. Looking to get a piece of this rally here. Check swing, pulls back for a ball. Struck out swinging in his last at-bat. Hoping to improve upon that first one. Bergner takes an inside pitch for a strike. 1-1 the count now. McKeon delivers. Bergner pops that one back. Bergner hits a grounder up the middle. Shortstop Tedesco gets it, throws it over to second for the force on Bueno. And that was probably a smart play by Tedesco. He was not going to get Josh out at first. But that'll be out number 3. And 5 runs on 6 hits and no errors. And the Panthers have 6. And the Warriors 2. So a 4-run lead for York College. They get those 2 runs back twice over. And take a 6-2 lead into the top of the 3rd. Stay tuned for more Panther baseball. And top of the third, we're back to the top of the order for the Warriors. Jacob Tedesco, shortstop, leading off here. First pitch swung on and hit foul. Let's take that next one for a ball. 1-1 now the count to Tedesco. Angulo winds up. That one goes into the dirt. Curve there that just drops off a little bit too early. 2-1 now. The pitch right down the middle. A fantastic fastball by Angulo. In a 2-2 count now. Warriors got to feel a little disheartened after they took the lead for the first time in 4 games and then just completely lost it as the Panthers rallied back. Full count now. The pitch, Tedesco swings, grounder in between Enriquez and Marquez. Nobody can get to it, and Jacob Tedesco, the shortstop, gets on with a single. Now we got Derek Brett. Brett unable to get on in the first inning. Angulo, got to be careful for the leadoff hitter on first. First pitch, low and inside for a ball. Angulo gets a sign from Acto. Delivers. Another low one. 2-0 now. Another pitch from Julio's going to be low. And Pepe Marquez walks out to the mound to give Julio some words of encouragement here. And I'm willing to bet Pepe says, just give him a high fast one in the zone, make him swing at it. He'll put it on the ground and I'll get you a double play. The pitch. Right down the middle for a strike. 3-1 now. And you got to appreciate the confidence in this middle infield here with Marquez and Enriquez. But the defensive ability of Mike Johnson has really been the highlight of today's doubleheader. Just some fantastic throws from third, some barehanders, some good grabs. Julio's got to feel confident with these guys behind him. Next pitch, a little blooper, fouled on the first base side. Derek Brett taking his time to reset here. The count is full. 1 runner on, no outs here in the top of the third. The pitch. Swung on and fouled back. And after this inning, Julio's throwing more balls than strikes now. Hopefully he'll be able to get back on track. There's a pitch. Swing and a miss from the hitter. And Tedesco takes off from first. and he is going to be out. And that was an efficient play. Julio with a nice fastball that Wright just cannot get to. Tedesco took off, tried to do a nice hit and run. Anktil saw it, throws it over. Enriquez makes the tag, and that's a quick double play. And now Kendrick White is up. Nobody on. 2 outs here. It's a great play defensively by the Panthers. Ground ball over to short. Enriquez backhands it. Throws it over to first. Bueno has to jump. It's too high of a throw. And an error on Enriquez. And White's going to be safe at first. And that'll bring up designated hitter Dylan Schultz. So Enriquez got his glove underneath it. He just turned too fast and threw much too high, especially for Jose Bueno over there. First pitch to Schultz is outside, ball 1. Angulo winds up. Schultz fouls this one off. Left field side, 1-1 now. Julio's pitch count up to 50. In just 2 2/3 innings. Schultz smacks another one hard, but fouled left field line. 1-2 the count now. Angulo delivers. Pitch. Line drive fouled on the left field side. Julio keeps putting on the outside corner of the plate. That way Schultz can't turn on it really. He's just getting it with the tip of his bat, not really the barrel, and it keeps going foul. And Schultz is a bit behind there. Julio gonna try to burn him with a fast one. He delivers. Oh, an off-speed pitch. Neither Dylan Schultz nor I was expecting that, and he goes down with a strikeout. That's another strikeout for Julio Angulo, and he gets out of the inning with no runs on 1 hit and 1 error. Panthers still lead 6-2. Stay tuned for the bottom of the 3rd. We'll be right back. And we're back in the bottom of the have Mike Johnson leading off here. And he's coming off of a fantastic bomb, a deep homer out to center field. First pitch. Bounces to the catcher. And McKeon still on the mound after a lot of bullpen action, but we'll see how long you can go here. McKeon throwing 60 pitches here. Next pitch fouled off. We got a 1-1 count. He looks at a pitch right down the middle there. I thought he was going to swing on that one. He does not, and that'll be a 1-2 now. Johnson takes another pitch. Looked pretty good for the Warriors, but it's going to be called a ball. 2-2 to Johnson. That pitch high. Count is now full. McKeon delivers. Johnson looks at that one and he takes himself a ball 4. And now we have right fielder Jordan Pella stepping up. Pella walked in his last at-bat to continue the rally that Mike Johnson led last inning. With some good on base there. McKeon throws back over to first. Johnson slides safe. Next pitch. Gonna be called strike there. Pella looked at that one. Bit frustrated, but gonna shake it off. Facing an 0-1 count here. Got a runner on base, no outs. Some good opportunity. Next pitch, check swing. High, but he goes. Strike 2. And it's always tough when you're in Jordan Pella's position, competing for a spot in that corner outfield, and it really depends on your offensive production. That just puts so much more pressure on each individual at bat. Pitch in the dirt. That's going to go behind the catcher there. And Johnson makes his way over to second. So now Pella's facing a 2-2 count here. Runner in scoring position and no outs. I hear that "Let's Go Panthers" chant getting started out in the stands. Gotta appreciate some good fan loyalty. And why wouldn't you be loyal? We're crushing it this weekend. The pitch swung on and hit back foul. Count remains 2-2. McKeon checks his runner at second, delivers in the dirt. Johnson feeling good over there on second. Ready for Pella to bring him home here. The pitch. Pella hits that one foul. Count is still 2-2. Pella wearing down McKeon in this at bat here. Pitch low, but gonna be called strike there. Pella didn't swing, kind of turned in a bit, but That's going to be strike 3 in the first out of the bottom of the third. And now we have second baseman Pepe Marquez. Marquez able to get on base with a single in his last at bat. First pitch does not swing, but it is in the strike zone. Strike 1. Johnson takes off from second. What a fantastic jump he got on that steal. And Beziev doesn't even throw. Johnson will be safe at third. Count now 0-2, and McKeon just did not see Johnson at all take a lead like that. Johnson capitalized on McKeon's focus on the batter, Marquez, and he makes his way over to third here. Big ball in the dirt. 1-2 now, the count to Pepe. Pepe not able to bunt here, but he puts the ball on the ground almost at all. At least toward the right side of the field, and he can get Mike Johnson in the dirt. It goes back behind the catcher to the backstop, and Johnson will score. And another wild pitch from McKeon puts another run up on the board for the Panthers. York College now leads 7-2. Two-two count for Pepe, and nobody on anymore. He started off with somebody on first, and Johnson has scored since then. And now Pepe's the one trying to get on base. He hits it a hard grounder in between third and short. Tedesco cannot get to it. Pepe's going to take a nice long single there. And unfortunately, we can't give Marquez an RBI, but he had a fantastic at-bat, and we'll get back up to the top of the order with only one out and a run on first. Here comes Rudy Perez. Perez up now, able to get on in his last at-bat. We're here to sack fly. This time he hits a fly ball to shortstop, or shallow left field. Left fielder's going to get to it. And Pepe will be safe to first. So that's 2 outs. And Anthony Enriquez is up. Enriquez 2 for 2. Consistently getting on base all day. So with 2 outs here in the bottom of the third, Enriquez excited to get his at bat. Trying to stretch the lead here. That pitch in the ground, wild pitch behind the catcher. Pepe makes it over to second, and he'll stay safely over at second base. And McKeon continuing to pitch. And McKeon almost to 80 pitches here. 79 pitches in just 2 2/3 innings, which is not super efficient. But he's thrown a lot of strikes in the zone, and these hitters are attacking them. Another one is going to be ripped foul by Enriquez. 1-1 the count. McKeon checks Marquez over at second, delivers the pitch, and swing and a miss. And that'll be a strike two. Enriquez hits that one, grounder to short. Tedesco backhands it, throws it over to first. And it was a decent effort, but he threw it far too high, and Anthony Enriquez will get himself a nice infield single. And now we got runners on the corners for Ivan Perez. And Perez is 2 for 2 with an RBI on the day. And it looks like there's a pitcher ready in the Waldorf bullpen. But they'd like for McKeon to finish out the inning. A little grounder to third. It bounces off of Villarreal's glove. 1 run will score. And Enriquez will be safe at third. Panthers get another run on the board there. Their second of the inning, score now 8-2. And we got 2 outs, runners on the corners for Jose Bueno. McKeon just trying to end this thing here. And the York College Panthers stretching this 2 outs into some incredible life. The next pitch in the dirt. Enriquez will score from third. And Ivan Perez advances over to second. Another run for York. And Panthers now have 9 runs. First baseman going over and talking to McKeon, telling him to calm down a little bit. Some friendly advice. Stop throwing it in the dirt. It's 1-0 to Bueno here. Runner on second. 2 outs. The pitch. Low. Ball 2. And catcher Beziev threw that ball back to his pitcher with a little aggression, it looked like. Probably a bit frustrated. This is not how you wanted your last game to go in the series, especially after you had the lead for the first time ever. Another pitch low in the dirt. It's going to be 3-0 to Bueno. Beziev shares some words with McKeon, and I expect that they'll have him only pitch this inning, if he makes it through this inning indeed. McKeon looks at Perez over at second, throws over, or fakes like he's going to throw over. McKeon steps off again. Bueno looking at a 3-0 count. Pitch right down the middle there for a strike. And you'd think McKeon would just throw one of those and hope that the ball gets knocked on the ground and his infield can back him up, or there's an easy fly ball here. He can throw that pitch in a no-pressure situation. Throw the pitch now. He does. Bueno pops up. Shallow left field. They've got it. That's out number 3. 3 runs on 3 hits and 1 error. And the score is now York College 9, Waldorf College 2. And we go into the top of the 4th of this 7-inning game. Stay tuned for more pitching from Julio Angulo. We'll be right back. And we're back with the top of the 4th, and the Panthers have a 7-run lead. They're up 9-2 over the Warriors. And Beziev going to be our first hitter here. Righty on righty. Angulo winds up, delivers pitch number 1 high for a ball. Next pitch, low and not in the zone for a ball 2. Seemed okay to me. But that's why I'm up in the box and not calling the shots. 2-0 count. Angulo winds up. Beziev hits this one out to center field. Perez goes back at the wall. It's going to go past him. He can't get to it. Beziev makes his way from first over to second. He's going to get himself a stand-up double. And the Warriors not giving up here. And we're going to have a courtesy runner for Beziev. Alexander steps up now. He walked in his first at-bat. Going to try to move his courtesy runner over. First pitch. Low for a strike. Pitch 2, strike 2. That was a hard thrown ball by Julio Angulo. And another fast one right down the middle, looked at by Alexander, and he goes down. Strikeout number 5 for Julio. Kellen Mick now steps up, hits that one. Grounder over to third base. Johnson throws over to first. Another high throw goes over Jose Bueno. And Mick going to make his way to second. Courtesy runner goes to third and is going to advance. So that'll be a run scored there on the error by Mike Johnson. Mick will stay on second. But the runner will advance from second over to home. So another run for Waldorf. Lead now 9-3 Panthers. Villarreal steps up. Swing and misses at the first one. Next pitch swung on and popped into shallow right field. Pella can't get to it. And the runner will stay at third. Villarreal gets himself a nice little hit there. And one out. Runners on the corners. And here comes Eric Malo. And Warriors keeping their spirits up here in the fourth inning. Still early in the game, the 7-inning game. Another righty-righty matchup here. You'd like to see a double play or a big swing and a miss from Malo as Julio just blows past him with that fastball. Julio checks his runners. Winds up and delivers. This one is swung on and ripped foul. A well-hit ball by Malo, but now he looks at an 0-2 count here with one out. Top of the fourth, Warriors have one run on the board here in this inning, though they are down by 6. They're trying to get something together. Get back into this game. Julio delivers. A bit high and outside for Malo's liking. That'll be ball 1. The pitch in the dirt. Anctil gets on top of it. No runners will advance. And Malo now got himself a 2-2 with a check swing. And they will call it a ball. Wind continues to blow here at Levitt. The pitch. Oh, big swing and a miss. Malo was behind on that one. Strikeout number 6 for Julio. And that's out number 2 here in the top of the fourth. We go back to the top of the order with Jacob Tedesco, who was able to get on base in his last at-bat. Anctil gives the sign to the fielders there. Make the play where you can. Pitch. Just a bit outside, ball 1. One 0 to Tedesco. Tedesco takes that pitch for a nice strike. On the lower part of the plate, 1-1 now. Julio delivers a pitch. Low and outside for a ball. Tedesco does not chase that one. 2-1 now. Angulo delivers. Tedesco lays off that pitch, and the count is now 3-1. Julio just trying to get out of this inning. And not earning a run himself there, but he delivers a pitch, and that's going to be a walk. One of Julio's first walks here, and bases are now loaded for Derek Bright. Bright 0 for 2 and struck out in his last at-bat. Anctil exchanging some words for Julio, giving him something to look forward to a bit here with hitter Derek Bright, who swings nice and hard, but can't catch up to Julio's stuff. So we'll see if if Julio blows past him with the heater. Or surprises us all and gives us that movement. First pitch, low and fast, strike one. Oh, 1 to Bright. Next pitch is going to be in the dirt. Julio tried to slow that down a bit. 1-1 now. The pitch swung on and fouled. Back and out of play, 1-2. 2 outs, bases loaded here, top of the fourth. And Bright gets himself a good hit. He can bring Waldorf a little bit closer to being back in this game. Down by 6. Julio winds up, delivers. Bright swings. It's a grounder. It's going to be fair. Johnson gets his glove on it and doesn't make a throw. But what an athletic play by Mike Johnson. So there's an infield single for Bright, which will score the run, but nothing more. But now you have bases loaded for Kendrick White. And a bit of a discussion from Walth on the mound here with catcher Ankdale and pitcher Julio Angulo. Because they are facing Kendrick White, who is the best hitter for Waldorf. Got a home run off of us here today in the first game. And came into the series this weekend hitting .415. So when you're down by 5 and you have the bases loaded, this is the hitter you want up if you're Waldorf College. Let's see what Julio brings him here. Julio winds up. Pitch number 1. Falls right over the top of the plate there for a strike. White going to sit back. Wait for a ball that he can try to drive hard. White calls time. Almost as Julio's ready to wind up. He's not phased. The pitch. Just a bit high, ball 2. Or ball 1, excuse me. 1-1 now. Julio throwing just right around the strike zone here. Next pitch, low, swung on and missed hard by Kendrick White. One, 2 now to White. Julio delivers. That pitch going to be outside, not hit the corner. 2-2. White calls time again. As Julio steps as if he's about to begin his wind up there, and that's got to start to be frustrating eventually. Next pitch, right down the middle, swung on and missed by White, and he will spoil that opportunity, striking out Julio's 7th K so far. All 3 outs in the top of the 4th for Julio were strikeouts, and he avoids a big threat there with the bases loaded and the best hitter up for Waldorf. But Waldorf does put 2 more up, so we head to the bottom of the 4th. Panthers 9, Warriors 4. And a new pitcher for the Warriors, Gilbertson, coming back on. The righty smaller side armor, so stay tuned. Due up for the Panthers. Anctil, Bergner, and Johnson. We'll be right back with more Panther baseball. Leading off the bottom of the fourth for your college, catcher Garrett Anctil. After the double from Anctil, we have courtesy runner Rhodes on second, and DH Josh Bergner up, takes his first pitch for a ball. Bergner 0 for 2 in this second game here today. Looks at the next pitch, inside for a strike. Josh swings at a pitch and just fouls that one back. 1-2 now. Bergner fouls the next pitch off. Count remains 1-2. Gilbertson gets his sign. Delivers the pitch. Bergner swing and a miss, and down he goes. That's out number 1 for the Panthers here in the bottom of the fourth. And Mike Johnson up now. Johnson really just on point today, both offensively and defensively. Making some pretty smart, sharp plays, all except for that overthrow he had to Bueno at first. He's been quite consistent, and he gets hit in the leg there. So Johnson gets on with a hit by pitch, and now runners on first and second, one out for Jordan Pella. Pella 0 for 1 with a walk on the day so far. Really extended McKeon's pitch count. Helped get McKeon out of the game early. Gilbertson delivers. First pitch swung on and ripped in between second and short. That's going to go out to center field. 1 run will score. Rhodes making his way from second to home. He's there. The run does score, and that's the 10th run of the game for the Panthers. And a nice RBI single for Jordan Pella. And Johnson makes his way from first over to second. So runners now on second and first, 1 out, and Pepe Marquez stepping up. Marquez two for 2 in today's game. Got some pretty quick runners on base, so I doubt that Pepe will hit into a double play here. He does like to hit the ball on the ground, though. We'll see. We'll see what he does. First pitch high and looked at for a ball. Gilbertson delivers. Pepe rips that one. That's going to be a blooper into left center. Johnson will score from second. Pella working to score from first. He's on his horse Pepe with a stand-up double. And Pella will score. 2-run RBI for Pepe Marquez. Panthers now up 12-4. And the slugfest continues. And we're back up to the top of the order with Rudy Raw Power Perez. Rudy has a sac fly on the day for an RBI, but unable to get on base himself in this game 2 of Saturday's doubleheader. Another pitch popped up, and he is not happy about it. Pop up out to left. Left fielder gets underneath it. That'll be out number 2. And Perez jogs back in disappointment as he's unable to contribute to this Panthers rally. But the man for the job is most likely Anthony Enriquez, who is 3 for 3 today. He continues to hit and hit, capitalizing on this lefty-righty matchup here as he steps in versus Gilbertson. First pitch, inside, called strike. Gilbertson winds up, delivers. Oh, and Ant swings at a pitch that's a bit off speed and inside. I think he expected that one to come out a little bit faster. Behind in the count, 0-2 now. Next pitch ripped. Grounder to the second baseman. He does not get his glove down at all, and that goes past him. And Marquez will score from second. Nice RBI for Ant. Ivan Perez stepping up to the plate now, with 2 outs and Ant over on first. Swings at his first pitch, a chopper down on third base line. Villarreal gets it, throws over to first, and oh, that's going to be high. And the Panthers will move over into third and second base there on the air by Villarreal. And so 2 runners in scoring position, 2 outs. For a pinch hitter, Jordan Suter. Suter stepping in for Bueno. Getting his chance to hit here. Got some fond memories of Suter at Levitt Stadium with some walk-off home runs. Some good hits. Let's see if we can get some of that magic here. In this at-bat, first pitch. Going to be looked at for a strike. Next pitch, a bouncer to short. Tedesco throws over to first. And that will be out number 3. So 4 runs on 3 hits and 2 errors. And the score is now Panthers 13, Warriors 4 as we head into the top of the 5th. Thank you for listening. We'll be back with you in just a bit.